Welcome everyone. If your portfolio is looking like this, then let me tell you, your returns are going to be diluted and you're going to miss out on a ton of gains. Today we're going to make it easy. We're going to talk about one coin from every single narrative. Now when selecting these coins, I look for coins that can at least do a 20x. Therefore, all the coins on this list have the potential of at least doing 20x in a bearish case. Some altcoins will be lower in market cap and therefore more risky. For the fun of it and to change things up, just to fill this syringe with some hopium, we're going to do a bullish prediction for every single one of these altcoins. Keep in mind, these are bullish predictions and nothing is guaranteed. This is not financial advice. I do absolutely think some of these narratives will perform a lot better than the others, so make sure to watch the entire thing as I will be giving my reasoning for whether or not I think the narrative is going to perform. We're going to start off with the entertainment narrative. This was a very hyped up narrative. You had the likes of Hello Lab launching their product, aka their show, at around February, hitting a bit north of 100 million in market cap, and we saw a massive sell the news event. I think in terms of risk to reward, there are better projects on the lower end of the market cap range. I think the best risk to reward pick here is going to be Rightstream. The reason for this is that they have an upcoming show in October called Crypto Nights. They've yet to publish the remainder of the nights. I'll be completely honest, if the market conditions are equally as uncertain as it is at the time of me making this video, I would not be surprised if they push the show back. Focus more on developing it and other aspects of the project. I think that would be beneficial and in the best interest of pretty much all the stakeholders. The team is also pretty good. I know they've had some issues with turnovers, but all in all with this guy leading, which is a pretty big figure in parts of the Asian market, I think it has potential. Tokenomics are also decent. I think most of the sell pressure is over. Most of the early investors are done dumping it. So Rightstream is going to be my pick for the entertainment narrative. With that being said, I don't think this narrative is going to be a top performing narrative. So my bullish prediction for Rightstream would be around 500 million in market cap. Next up, we got RWA, real world asset. I would place this narrative somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's the best, but I think it has more potential than a couple of other narratives on this list. The reason why I don't have it as a top narrative is, first of all, I don't think the returns thus far have been all that great. Other narratives have just been performing better. You could argue that we haven't seen the true potential. We saw a nice pump towards the end of March, just after AI peaked around the middle of March, but the returns weren't that good. The other reason why I'm a bit skeptical is the regulatory framework that can be imposed on this tokenization. With all that being said, I think having an RWA pick in your portfolio is a perfectly reasonable thing to have, as long as you're selective, because it's filled with scams. But if I had to choose one, it would be Relio. So Relio is a platform where you can invest, trade real estate, private equity, all through DeFi. It's all about making assets more accessible to normal people because they traditionally have a pretty big barrier to entry. Now the current market cap for Relio is closer to 40 million at the time of recording this video, so don't be fooled by the number from CoinMarketCap as it's not correct. It also pumped a little bit during the last couple of days, so you should wait for a retracement before going in. Current listings are decent. They even have an OKX listing. I think the potential for this coin, in my opinion, is not going to be as high as some people think. I've seen some absurd price predictions for this. I think a bullish prediction is somewhere around 1 billion. Okay, next up we have memes. The thing about memes is that they can move quite randomly. We saw this back in June. I don't think a lot of people saw this coming, but as you can see, compared to the other narratives, including Bitcoin, meme coins just randomly decided to pump. I think memes are probably the easiest way for non-crypto people to get into crypto. Now keep in mind, there are several niche categories within meme coins, such as animals like dogs, cats, frogs, etc. You also have Matt Fury, like for instance Boys Club and Knight Riders. You have blockchain related memes such as Solana, Ton, Tron, etc. So finding the right meme is actually really hard. I think the best risk to reward would be something like Turbo or Punke. These are mid-cap memes that I think can perform well in the future and also have demonstrated that they can perform well in the past. Both of them have done massive multipliers. Picking one is very hard. With Turbo, you get a doxed founder, you get a bit of an AI dose. With Punke, you get a Solana meme coin mixed with superb Web2 marketing. Currently, I don't hold a bag of Turbo. The reason for this is that we got such a nice entry on Punke in the VIP Discord back in April. We picked it up at 5 cents. So if I didn't have a decent bag of Ponke, I think I would go for Turbo right now. I think Turbo has a really strong community. I think this is what you need now moving forward. I do think Ponke will attract more people further down the line and actually have a chance of doing more multipliers than Turbo, but I think Turbo might be a better hold in uncertain times. So the bullish target for Turbo is really hard to predict because coins like these can move crazy amounts out of nowhere. But for a bullish prediction, it's not impossible to visualize this doing something akin to Pepe. Pepe did about 7 billion in market cap. I think the same is achievable with Turbo. Next up, we have Potify, in other words, political meme coins. I just wanted to include this as this can be relevant for the upcoming election, of course, that is taking place in November. Now, the ones that are going to perform will most likely be associated with either Trump or Kamala. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, you run into two potential problems. One, your candidate might not win, and two, if your candidate wins, there might be a huge sell the news event. So to be honest, I think there are a lot better narratives out there, but if I had to pick one, I would pick MAGA, this one right here. As for the potential returns you can look to get, keep in mind you're betting on Trump winning. I'm going to give this 3 billion in market cap just because I think Trump can also promote this. So 3 billion I think is bullishly reasonable. Next up, we got layer 1. This is an extremely bullish narrative. I know for a fact that this narrative will perform because it has performed every single cycle. This isn't hype-based as some of the other narratives on this list, but rather essential for further development of blockchain technology. My pick here is going to be Alium. Now, why Alium? The technology is really good, built on the sharding block flow algorithm. They have the UTXO model, which is easy to build with, and they also have the proof of less work mechanism. Even more important than their technology is how Alium performed during the mini rally we had back in March. So from the lows to the peak in March, Alium did almost a 100x. Now we have been retracing, but we saw pretty clear resistance at that $1 level. I think Alium has the potential of doing great. I think a bullish prediction for Alium would be around 4 billion in market cap. Over to layer 2s. Together with layer 1, I think layer 2s will continue to be relevant. It's also a narrative that historically performs exceptionally well. My pick for layer 2 is going to be between Tectum and Mint Layer. I think both of them are good, but at the end of the day, I think Tectum is better. Tectum is also a layer 1. Now the question is, does the market regard it as both a layer 1 and a layer 2? Now that's a good question. I recommend every time a project claims to be a part of a narrative, go check when the narrative pumped and if the coin you're looking at pumped with it. Because it doesn't matter what the devs think, it doesn't matter what individuals think, all that matters is what the collective market thinks. So with Tectum, you can compare it to Mint Layer, as Mint Layer is also a layer 2. Both of them peaked 11th of January. Tectum then went on to perform when low to mid cap layer 1s performed a bit later. So it's fair to say that it's correlated with both the narratives. Now the Tectum layer 2 component is the soft node component, which you can now actually download both on iOS and on Android. They have a working product. This has also been shilled by some KOLs and we saw a bit of a pump. We had a buy alert at $5, so we're up quite nicely. Will it go down to the all-time low of $3 ever again? Honestly, I don't think so. Now we have a working product and I think people are going to realize that at $3, it's just going to be too undervalued. That's what I believe Tectum can do. I have a bullish prediction at around 4 billion in market cap, so the same as Alium. Next up, we got gaming. I think gaming will be an essential narrative to be a part of this cycle, even though right now it looks pretty dead. Like I said a couple of videos ago, we only need one catalyst event, whether it be something happen externally from crypto or internally, like for instance, Sui releasing their hardware, their Sui Play. You might think that's not enough. If the timing is right, in a bull market, there is so much euphoria in the space. If you've been a part of a bull market before, you know what I mean. Every good news that comes in a bull market is blown out of proportion. Same way goes the other way around. In a bear market, every negative news is also blown out of proportion. The market can easily decide that Sui Play will be the next Nintendo Switch in a bull market. It sounds stupid right now, but this can be a catalyst event, no doubt. So for gaming, I have primarily two picks that I think can do a lot of multipliers, and that is Heroes of Mavia and OTK. I'm sure both of them will do great, but if I had to pick one, it would be OTK. It's more risky, but I do believe it can perform exceptionally well. So OTK is a gaming aggregator studio built on Solana. It has an app you can download on both iOS and Android. where you can play a ton of easy to play addictive games. Now, OTK has performed really well during the last rally, doing several 100x's. I do believe OTK is very good positioned for another rally. I have a bullish prediction at 1 billion in market cap, so around 100x from these prices. Next up, we have the deepening narrative. I think this narrative is going to perform really well. And for the altcoin for this narrative that I'm the most bullish on, it's going to be AI tech. Now, you could obviously put AI tech in the AI category as well. We'll have another one for that category. So AI tech is working on a lot of things. I'd say the primary focus of AI tech right now is the GPU and AI marketplace, and also the data center that is being built. I think the scale at which AI tech operates right now with the developments that are taking place, I think they're setting themselves up for a massive rally. If you compare AI tech, how it's looking now in terms of development, they've come really far. Also, with the relentless marketing that is taking place, like I keep on saying, it's a testament to the fact that the team has money. Without money, projects die. That's just the way it is. These projects right here are essentially businesses. If we get a rally towards Q4, AI Tech might release the things they're working on, maybe also include the tier 1 listing that they have in the roadmap, at least in order to achieve the 2 billion in market cap by 2024, which explicitly is being stated in their roadmap. This target is obviously only achieved if the market allows it to. If Bitcoin doesn't perform, AI Tech won't perform. Simple as that. Right now, AI Tech does all the right things. They have good listings. They're doing partnerships to stay relevant. They're partnering with a Silicon Valley unicorn that will be revealed at Token 2049 in Singapore. So be on the lookout for that. So back in the March peak, AI Tech peaked at a bit more than 200 million. I think this was a small taste of what we can really achieve. I think a bullish prediction for AI Tech is around 4 to 5 billion. Finally, we have the AI narrative. I think this narrative will be the best performing narrative for this cycle. I believe there will be so many catalyst events that can primarily happen outside of crypto that will have an extremely positive effect on AI crypto. There's a lot of good picks here. Of course, AI Tech will be a great one, but we already talked about that one under Deepin. I think a really solid pick for the AI narrative that can still yield amazing returns is Delysium. Delysium already has a working product, being Lucy. Lucy will be like an operating system that will be able to carry out crypto-related tasks, like for instance, checking on your assets, transfers, swapping, staking, even trading strategies will all be accessible through Lucy. This is huge, especially for onboarding newer people. Lucy can also be integrated by other developers into their applications, which I think is being overlooked. So huge potential for Delysium. Back in March, it hit an all-time high of 400 million in market cap at the price of around 70 cents. After that, we've been retracing, of course, and now we're down about 80%. As for what I think this project can do, I think a bullish prediction would be the same as with AI Tech, around 4 billion. If you want to see which coins I'm holding, my secret gems, my buy and sell alerts, get access to a ton of courses worth hundreds of dollars, then join the VIP Discord. After joining, you can post your portfolio under portfolio review, and I will give you a detailed review on what you should do moving forward to not miss this once in a lifetime opportunity. Price is $39. It will triple as soon as we switch bullish. So if you get in now, you lock in this price forever. You can also pay with crypto for either yearly or lifetime membership for a huge discount. I hope to see you there. As always, take care and stay safe.